Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld. What you are looking at here is the result of many hours of work between myself and two of my moderators over on Discord as well. Big shout out to Sydney and Dot for their help with this, because this has been a complete mess. This has been nuts. So this is the result of the community mod pack suggestions I asked you guys for a couple of days ago. What we've got is the most ridiculous, biggest Rimworld mod pack we've ever built, with a complete just cacophony of mods. It's so... I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's purely random based on what you guys wanted to see thrown into a series. So I think it's also going to be super interesting because, of course, I wouldn't have put together a mod pack like this before. So this is going to take me really far out of my comfort zone, and you guys are going to see pure torture this series. Full installation guide will be available at the end of the video, but I'll warn you right now that unless you've got basically a NASA supercomputer, this will take many hours to load. It takes me a long time to load, and I've recently upgraded my PC to a lot of new tech, so just bear that in mind that if you're running on a laptop or something, I wouldn't even try it with this. It's going to be such a state, but full install instructions, downloads, everything will be available at the end of the video. I have not played much of this pack on purpose. All I've done is got two people onto the planet to see that it works, and then I've left it there because I want to go into this as blind as possible. I know a lot of the mods that are going on, so I don't think I really need the practice so that we don't fail straight away, but I have still some mysteries that I think will be fun if we solve them together. Let's dive straight in, my friends, to Rimworld. Already off the bat, as you can see, it is a complete mess. So many of you wanted to add and voted up different various faction mods, including the full 021 Outpost 21 set of mods there. The Warhammer mods were also highly voted. The Mechanicus Adeptus, the 40k mods, the Fantasy mods. Unfortunately, none of those are currently updated. Now, what makes things worse, of course, Rimworld 1.1 is just about to come out. So a lot of mods have already started to update. We're in a weird place with it. So like I said, this was a real pain in the ass to get it together. I've put together a scenario based on what you guys voted up in the scenario. So I had to pick and choose from this one kind of very carefully based on what was the highest upvotes. The highest upvoted ones to start off with was start with two characters with no skills at all, but maximum passions and everything. The other one that was highly voted, characters and creatures explode on death. So I've set that to be a bomb rather than flame, so we don't have to do a shitload of firefighting for reasons you'll see in a second. And also I've lowered the bomb radius because it is a bomb. It's an explosion that will kill people if they get caught in it, so still going to be very dangerous. What I've also done to make up for the fact that we're not playing with anything like Combat Extended this time around, we're not playing with any combat-related mods, to make things a bit more lethal, to make things a bit more dangerous, to make it so that we have to be a bit more careful, I've increased the damage that you take from everything by 25%. So these bombs, we still have to consider that, but we could potentially see lots of chain reactions going on, fun things like that. We will be starting with two people, just ignore that when we actually get into game here. But we have nothing. This is naked brutality. I would say in some ways made harder, but we'll see as we dive in. So we've got two new storytellers added by the vanilla expanded mods. Everybody voted up the vanilla expanded mods. Not much of a surprise there. They are actually recently the creator of the vanilla expanded mod collection, Oscar, I think his name is, the head of the mod team, put up a really cool little graphic on Reddit. So I'd go check that out if you guys are interested in this mod set. Let's take a look at this guy, because I did vaguely read him here, and I think this one could be the most fun for what we've got going on here. Believes the best stories of violent ones facing unfavorable odds and going down in a blaze of glory with exploding muffalos and drunks. That sounds incredible. We're going to be playing on Savage, because I just feel like I need a lot more stress in my life, and this seems like the best way to do it. We'll go reload anytime mode as well, because this may be prone to crashing, you'll see as we go in here. So, we've got some planet customization ones. What I'm going to do here to ensure that every faction can spawn in, but also to avoid mountains of lag, we're going to set the planet size to tiny, and we're going to go for a 20% glow of coverage. That, from my testing, gives enough room for every single faction to spawn in. Now, another thing that people wanted to see in these, in the scenario setup was for us to plan an island with the boats mod. So that's absolutely what we're going to do. We're going to set ourselves up a little pirate faction here. So, and there is, very conveniently, an island for us to start on there. It's actually a good island, too. Look at that. Average temperature, -1 to 31, 40 out of 60 days growing time, which is fantastic. 15.73 centimeters of rain. What a weird way to phrase that. 1,573 millimeters of rain. And then we've got 100% forageability, too. Very nice. Animals can graze, yes, and then no caves, which is quite cool. But it's got, you might notice, their special feature, island. So this is what a lot of people vote on. We've got things like alpha biomes going on too. Many different factions that I honestly don't even recognize. We've of course got the goblins coming back. We've got whatever that is, the Great Expanse bandits. We've got the System Lords, which I think is from a Stargate mod. various different kingdoms here. This is going to be a complete mess. This is going to be an absolute mess. I'm looking forward to it. And finally, I will show you our starting characters here. So I've got, I thought this was a pretty good pun. I've called the preset Nothing But Fear, because that's all we've got right now. No clothes, no skills, no decent backstories, no disabled work types, because I thought that would be a little bit too unfair. But we're starting with absolutely nothing besides my good friends, Alfie Fear and Beta Fear. They're both background clones who have been abandoned on an island, so they have no skills whatsoever, but because they're clones, they have a little bit of sort of genetic predisposition to learning quite fast and accelerating their growth there. So they've all got, like I said, super high passions, but absolutely no skills whatsoever. And I need to just make sure that is saved, just in case we have to reload, just in case everything breaks here. But these are going to be the characters we play as, and there's not really anything else to say. They've got nothing. No traits, no health conditions, no nothing. Reason we're starting with no traits here is because we've got another mod as well that people suggested that I actually didn't even know existed. Looks like it's going to be quite a fun little addition, though. And that is the people change mod, and basically over time their traits will adjust, so we can try and pick up some traits for these guys too, and really we're going to have like kind of an excessive gamble on our hands here. No items too. All we've got is fear, hence the double pun there. All right, let's see what we've got then. Let's go into our first map. We're also playing with things like real ruins that we're quite heavily upvoted, so we should hopefully get some structures to start off with here. I think this is going to be very, 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 very difficult. We can't build, you got to bear in mind, we can't build heaters, we can't build coolers, we can't build anything. So let's hope for no early game cold snaps or anything like that. Another mod, oh my god, look at the bottom bar. What a complete fucking mess. That is no way. Holy shit. Okay, this could take me a while, understandably, to get used to things here. So, one mod that I've actually never looked at before that I really should have is the leadership mod. So, and there's also a politics mod too, so we can pick our type of government. So, democracy, you build a little ballot box and your colonists can vote on who they want to lead the colony. The people who leads the colony gives bonuses to the other colony members based on what that particular person is good at. But I think given our guys are good at nothing, it'll probably be random. So, we can either go democracy, or a dictatorship. I think the dictatorship sounds like it gives me a bit more control. Leadership ends when the dictator dies. We're going to go for democracy so that there's a little bit more difficulty added because they might vote for someone who's complete shit and we get no bonuses out of it. So as we had minor surgery just now under anesthetic and then we were cloned, as I discussed. That's definitely the backstory. Here we are. Now, the cool thing about the island map is exactly what you might expect. It's just a gigantic island with nowhere to actually get off. Now, that does mean raiders will come in drop pods, which will make our lives a lot more difficult, to be honest with you. It means that new animals won't spawn on the map, so the chance of starving to death is increased massively. We're going to have to do a lot of branching this time, making sure we've got animals tamed, making sure that those aren't going to run low, because if they do run low, we're going to have to go out in our boat and go and steal some animals in our pirate ships, which wasn't really the plan, but I guess we might have to do it if push comes to shove. Lots of boars, but we've got to make sure we don't hunt more than is sustainable, essentially. It's going to add a lot more difficulty. What it also means, oh my god, there's no structures on this map. Oh, there's one. Okay, we've got a little bit of a house there, it's fine. What have we got kicking around then? We've got some donkeys there. We've got some guinea pigs. Not really what I'm looking for. Have we got any sort of herd animals? Cows? Any sort of, what the fuck are they? Sorry, a what? An Erymanthian boar. Oh, they're like a big boar with a load of tusks. Okay. I'm looking for any sort of animal we could hope. We got more bloody guinea pigs. A single hare. This is not promising. And then there's a giant pile of shit. Teratogenic originator. Yep, me too. Shh, damn, this looks quite hard. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's dive straight in. Let's not waste any more time here. So one thing I've also done as well. Oh, no. I didn't even consider this. We do have the work tab mod. What happens if I press this button? Oh no. Yeah, I think I might. Oh my god, this is my personal hell. This is absolutely my personal hell. I think I might go and install my usual work tab mod, because I do like Fluffy's work tab, but when you're playing with a big mod list, it can be a little bit, I think we can admit this is a little bit overwhelming, especially with all these other sub-tabs as well. This is way, way, way too much to start off with. Let me go and set the other one up. Oh my god, this is insane. Oh, there we go. Even that is so much more complicated than it usually is. So we've also got, don't forget, the prison labor mod. I say don't forget, I've told you about that yet. But we are going to have some additional things to worry about as well. So the other one was complicated enough without adding all those extra little layers on. Speaking of which, what the hell have we got going on here then? So we've got the colony management mod. Obviously, we've used that in the past in the Jurassic Park series. Definitely wasn't called that, though, if you're watching Warner Brothers. We've got, oh, right, so a new mod that came out in the workshop not too long ago, a level up RPG style mod. where you can give bonuses to your colonists based on the XP that they gain from doing various different jobs. Obviously, higher strength is as it says there, melee damage, carry weight, hard work. Dexterity increases ranged accuracy, delicate work. So that would be crafting, tailoring, that type of thing. Agility, I don't know why their stats are so varied. Wow. I guess they just got unlucky on their rolls, especially Alfie having the minus 42. That's not too good. Okay, then. How do I even start with this? Sorry, let's go through the rest of this stuff. Deal with everything first. Obviously, restrict to sign, animals, leadership, build a ballot box, so then we get new elections. Wildlife is standard. Research. How complicated are we looking on the research tree? Actually, not too bad this time. Okay, hang on. Oh, well, I mean, actually not too bad, really. That's okay. That's not too terrible. We've got the guest tab for Orion's hospitality. We have room atomics back again. We have a weapons tab to make up for the million new weapons that are going to be added through this mod pack. We've got the world tab, obviously, so we can keep an eye on different stuff there. The smaller planets I actually really like. Because how much of the planet do you realistically visit in Rimworld? This works a lot better. This might be a permanent in all the rest of our series. Factions there. We've got the Pharmacist mod, which I actually don't use enough, tragically. It's a very, very good mod. I really need to stick to this one more. Allows us to set up medicine. Obviously, keep the more useful medicine, the glitter tech, and higher level stuff for more serious surgeries. We've got inventory, so we can search for things, make sure we've got it. Not that we really need that one too much. A help tab. Oh, interesting. Okay. Right here, boats, shallow water that ships may... Oh, we can build our own little canals. Oh, that's nice. We can build ourselves like a little inland dock and blast out our ships. That's interesting. And we got all the various types of stuff there added by the mods. That's actually going to come in hugely helpful, I think. And then finally, a character editor, which I'm basically never going to touch. In fact, it's going to be a pain in the ass because the character editor button, I think, is bound to the same key as, yeah, the allow all button. So I might end up removing that one. Plus, we're never going to use it anyway, huh? Right, here we are. Where did we even start then? Well, firstly, let's go check out this building here. Oh, no. Why? We're going to carefully... We're going to carefully check out this building. These things need to die. So we've got the arachnophobia mod that people suggest as well with the Rim of Madness. We've also got cults and things like that too. These will need to die because they will otherwise hunt every single animal on this map and cause a mass extinction by themselves. Good luck, team. I don't think we're prepared for this. They've got no melee skills at all, don't forget, as well. Shit, I hate this. Okay, go on then. Melee attack giant spider. Good luck. No. Let's surround it first. They can both get in some free hits, essentially, early on. Right, there we go. Get a bit closer. Nice. And club. Good luck, squad. You know what? I feel like I'm not prepared for this series. I feel like I'm... Well. Shit. Okay, round two. Sorry, round one. First attempt here. Let's give it a go. So what we've got here is an island that has an ocular forest on it. I think this one could be quite cool because it allows us to see the alpha biomes mod, which we've not really had much experience with previously. So this could be quite fun if we load into this. Oh god, they're immediately running away. We're immediately on fire. What the hell do you mean? There's a flame bot. Well, okay, fine. Beat it to death. Get in there. I mean, what can we do? What are we going to do? Just run around the map letting it chase us down all day? No. Unbelievable. They say that failure is the greatest teacher, and given this channel, I feel like we've got more experience than anyone else ever. Okay, this one looks better. There's another one of those dirty spore things, but we'll ignore that. Oh, this one looks pretty good. Look at this map. Okay, cool. I can't help but notice there seems to be a whole bunch of abandoned buildings here, which we can go in and claim. A billiards table of dreams. But I also notice there's a fucking manticore. It seems to be a friendly manticore. Can we tame the manticore? Oh, you only require 6 in... Only 6 in animals to tame a friggin' manticore. Okay, that's fine. To be honest, it doesn't look like a bad map at all. There's a lot of geothermal vents there down towards the south point of the map. We've got, as far as I can tell, no spiders. Lots of boomerlopes. Boomerlopes are going to be massively, massively useful. That's the type of animal that we need to start things off here. What's going on there? Tool cabinet. Tool cabinet decaying? Not for long. We're going to go grab that as soon as possible. Wow, okay. What is that thing? Oh, God. Smilodons. Okay, that's a bit more danger added to things. The boomerlopes, honestly, those are a complete game changer for us here. We've got a single raccoon. God! Giant spiders. Okay, we'll worry about that in a minute. God knows what these things are. They do seem to... Are they spreading corruption there? Alien plant? It do be like that. It do be like that. Oh, there's another spider. That does not seem very helpful. Do they just do that constantly? Oh, shit. Okay, you know, we'll cross that hurdle in a minute then. Let's set up a stockpile to start off with, and we'll get our guys just to haul everything to this zone. And this will be our home base to start off with. What a complete mess. Right, let's go. Manual priorities. Oh, God, I got to set everything up again. Okay, that's... I'm keeping it very, very basic to start off with so that we're not wasting too much time here. And then let's... Oh, there's plenty of boar as well. Very nice. If we get, like, a little boar, boomalope farm set up to start off with. We're looking for any sort of, obviously, replenishable resource. That's going to be a game changer right now. Let's get this hauled as soon as possible, because that alone is going to help out massively, given that we've got two people who can't do anything. They can't do absolutely anything right now, so I'll take that. There's also a lot of tables as well. They can repair, so it's a good way to get a little bit of construction experience, whilst also not risking any resources here. Very good. I'm a little bit concerned about that friggin' jelly going around ruining the whole map. Maybe I should kill it. Like, maybe I should dev mode it out of here, because that does not... I mean, I feel like it's just going to go around and assimilate the whole map, isn't it? We'll keep an eye on it. Oh, God, that's annoying. I hope the spiders eat it. The spiders versus the manticore. Okay, they're fighting. The manticore blew up. The spider... Oh, it's taken out a spider. Okay, that's absolutely fine. That's a great start. Now we're just hoping the other spider will die as well, and then we've got really nothing to worry about here. Damn, that was fast. Holy shit. Alpha tried to woo Beta by exaggerating her own intellectual skills. That is a goddamn exaggeration. Although she got 0.83, so maybe she's not too bad after all. Okay, then. If we hold everything over here, let's get this whole area claimed then, and we'll see what we've actually got to work with inside these buildings. We'll get a lot of the other just sort of passive furniture lying around reinstalled. I think this could be the one. I feel like this time I'm not just going to instantly die and fail horribly. I'm going to get you guys to actually come over here and start scouting it out a little bit. Let's go and see what we've got behind door number 1. Lots of beds. Okay, that's fine. To be honest, that's really good, because it's a lot of furniture that we can dismantle and do something else with the wood there. And we've got a little bit of a... What do we want to do with this building? It's a bit of a mess. So obviously we've got a bedroom built. I'm thinking we take apart, like, the majority of this stuff, connect it up as much as possible into just a big building here. Okay, let's take all of this stuff apart. Maybe I should keep the wall lights, because obviously they're going to... Let's uninstall the wall lights rather than take them apart, just because I don't think they've got the skill to actually build any fresh ones. We'll keep this room here. I'll dismantle all of this. In fact, what we'll do to make their bedroom slightly larger, we'll go ahead and we'll take out this wall. We'll move the bed into the middle, and then we've got room for some additional furniture as well, added by some of the other mods. And again, we want to keep these wall lights, if you don't mind. Hop to it, too. Let's get our... What was that? Oh, the other spider died. It died and it blew up. Okay, that's all right. That's not a problem. Okay, how's that dirty little corruptor thing doing? Ocular jelly. Still just making an absolute mess of everything. Although it spawns in trees... Hang on. It spawns in fully grown trees. You guys think what I'm thinking here. If we tame this thing, keep it in a little field by itself, it will just go around making infinite wood. Right? That could be insanely powerful. And what happens if we go near it? Hopefully we won't get corrupted. Can we tame it? 16 animals. I don't even know how we're going to build up our animal stat, to be honest with you. Are there any animals you can tame with 0 skill? If there was, I feel like a giant spider. No, apparently we can't tame a giant spider either. What about like a rat or a hare? What about like a rat then? 3 in animals. I don't think we're going to be able to tame any. No one can tame a squirrel. Yeah. Damn, this could be quite difficult. Okay, we'll worry about that later. That's not a big deal for the time being. Let's get these buildings built then. Excuse me. Why are you cleaning when there's clearly stuff to be... Oh. It's my bad. Don't worry about that. Honestly, just a fantastic start. They're already going to be in a decent mood, because now they've got a bedroom that they can share. They're lovers as well. That's a really nice start. We'll expand this room out. We'll obviously turn this into maybe a little kitchen, something like that. We've got some sort of, we've got a little bit of recreation right now. Setting up a farm needs to be our top priority. What should we even go for in terms of research to start off with? Do I even want to think about this yet? No, let's not worry about that. Let's come back to that after we've got ourselves a bit of an established base, some clothes, some food, some defenses, anything really at this stage would come in quite helpful. Now, one thing I didn't even consider, a lot of the predators going out hunting, and then they're just immediately getting blown up. So they're going to eventually bleed out, and we're going to be left with nothing but herd animals. So things like the boars obviously aren't going to go out and gore a boomalope or whatever. So this should work out pretty fine. The spiders as well, same story. They'll attack a creature, bite into it, explode. So they'll deal with themselves. I didn't need to really go out hunting spiders. Not that I've ever done that in any Rimworld playthrough ever. But we don't have to worry about them. They shouldn't be much of a panic. What's going on there, huh? You're just gonna mark those to cut down every single time, are we? I'm going to start off with by harvesting these carrots in the wheat. We've got the fishing mod, so we could denote a fishing area, sort of in this zone. What are those trees? Oh, peach trees. That's cool. There's actually a lot of wildlife that we can harvest, obviously, just use that for food to start off with. Lots and lots of berry bushes. We've got lots of passive crops. We've got, like, wheat kicking around here. And these are fertile, yeah, rich soil. I mean, given that the whole island is ours, once we've got rid of these spiders, there's actually nothing to worry about at all in terms of danger. The predators, like I said, will eventually just blow themselves up from hunting. So there's no reason there's no reason we have to put the farm so close to the base besides the walking time. I mean, hey, everything the light touches is our kingdom, huh? So it might seem a bit odd for me to be focusing, particularly when they don't have any food right now, to be focusing on exclusively building. What I'll do is I'll just bump up plant cutting and harvesting as well, so they go out and actually get themselves some food. The reason I'm doing that is so that if there is a heat wave or a cold snap, we do have the building skill necessary to build a freezer. Look, they're already up to 3.4 construction. All they've done is knock down a few walls here, so that's going to come in hugely helpful. We need, what is it, 5 to build a cooler? That's what I want to aim for really, really early on in the game here, to get that done before we have to worry about it. We are playing on Savage, but I might be up for cranking it to Merciless, depending on how comfortable we get on this island, depending on how early on as well. We got quite good with this spawn, so I'm kind of happy to go for that extra difficulty if we think it's necessary. So I'm going to turn this into a kitchen. I'm going to keep as many of the walls as possible here, and I'm just going to let them build up the skills until they hit that 5 construction necessary. Oh, one of the Smilodons actually bled out. Spawns in 2 days. We could always eat the spider as well. I can't imagine it's going to be the nicest meal there. But there is, similar to where we got the tool cabinet from, there's actually a butcher's table and there's a table. So why don't we get these reinstalled as soon as possible so that we've got somewhere for them to... we turn it into a mayoral office. That's quite cool. Let's build this so they've got somewhere where they can butcher these creatures, and then we'll put down just a very basic campfire or something like that so that they can eat some food there as well. What else did we pick up? All right, that's at the table. Let's go ahead and reinstall that as well. We are using room food, so if we just get them to drop it straight on the floor, they can eat it in here at a table. We've got the mod, highly upvoted mod, that eating without a table counts as a war crime. So I imagine they're both quite unhappy about that. Actually, all right. Oh, they actually haven't eaten yet. That's probably a bigger problem in hindsight. I think that's a slightly larger concern. No sleeping yet. Let's deal with this hunger before we actually get them straight back to bed, huh? Right, go and, if you could... what are you doing? Why are you running around like that? No. Let's cancel these designations, and that's okay for the time being. Thank you, I appreciate the effort. Let's go and deal with our slight hunger issue we got going on. And then finally, we need a campfire, so I'll go ahead and put that one down. We'll get Beaters to work on that one very quickly. Thank you. Alpha, okay, alright, so let's just go butcher creature, do forever, set the ingredients ready to massive. That way, he should just be able to go out and passively butcher some creatures. You need to come and wake up so that we can... are we going to eat spider? Does that not count as insect meat? I guess... oh, it might. Shit. Technically, it's an arachnid, so that's not quite the same thing at all. It does count as insect meat, though. She's looking very pissed off there. Look, bear with me. We're going to eat the finest endangered tiger. Oh, it drops some... what do those do? Smilodon fangs. Fantastic trophy. They aren't good as a weapon, but they can be used as a weapon. Done. I'll take it. Thank you. Beta, put that food down. Do not eat it. I know what you Rimworld characters are like. Pack that in right now. I need to set up the food bill as well in a second. Not sent to refueling. Don't really care about that one. Cook simple meal. We are good. We're in the safe. The food poisoning chance of this is monumental because, of course, they're doing it on the floor on a campfire with no cooking skill at all. Go. And then feed. Oh, wait. She's going to... feed now. Eat that meal, boy. Okay, there's one down. And then when she's cooked another meal, I'll let her eat that one very briefly just to stop some of the mood break and then go to bed. Okay. Not terrible. Not fantastic. Another explosion there. God knows what the hell caused it this time. That creature is still alive. That's what I really care about here. Oh, is it? Oh, I think the spider just ate it and blew up. Therefore, less than a day. You bitch. God damn it. I really wanted that thing. So I think... oh, all the... oh, never mind. All the plants he put down died anyway. So it actually might not have been... the sort of ultimate plant spawning monster I thought it was. What if we get this, stuff chopped down then? Some of them have spawned in fully grown, but some haven't. Well, both the spiders are dead. That's fairly good news there. God, I need to disable that. It's going to get me every single time. Oh, it's minus 25. It's minus 25? I thought it was minus 5. Oh, sorry. I thought it was minus 15 with the mod. Holy shit. In that case, never mind. Construction needed 4. We can't even build a chair. We can build a stool, though. That's okay. Okay. Beat up. This is top tier. Forget starving to death. Oh, shit. Oh, it's redwood. Right, as I recall, that's the one that it said that wasn't very good for construction or anything like that. Oh, God, here we go. Right, there we go. Not bad. Can we get her to snap out of it? If we're a warden, we can try. Emphasis on try and probably fail here, given that, again, no skills. Calm. Oh, there's mushrooms. Hey, that's nice. They can find themselves a half-decent meal. Come on. I believe in you. Shit. Back with us. She's back with us. It's okay, right? Let's give them a couple of hours of recreation then. And then back to the regular schedule now that starving to death is not such a big deal. We do have a couple of meals. Obviously not fantastic by any stretch of the imagination. Right, get those... What do you think? Just a couple of hours a day? I think that should be more than enough. Let's draft and undraft then so they can actually go and do something for a bit of recreation there. Okay, how are we looking at in terms of mood? Not bad. Hey, they're both back on it. Oh, he's obviously not. 8 without a table, recreation stuff. That's your own fault. There's a table right there, my man. Damn. And finally, a faction name. I have no suggestions for this one. So, comment section, I'm going to leave it down to you. Whatever is the top upvoted comment, I will call the faction and the settlement. If you want to suggest a faction name only, obviously let me know in the comment. Same with the faction name as well. I'll just go for whatever is upvoted, and we'll give that... I think this is the run. I genuinely think for the time being, I'll just set it as default. We can rename that whenever we want, because we've got the rename everything mod. Like I said, I'll dedicate the rest of the episode now to showing you guys the mod load order. I'll talk about some of the mods that were not included, despite being... Some of them were highly voted, but some were, say, out-of-date, things like that. So I'll go through that very quickly. Talk about why I've decided to include some, why we've left some out, and basically how you guys can play along if that is the type of shit that you're interested in. I wish you the best of luck, because this on the highest difficulty, which, by the way, I think we're ready for it. I think we've got through the hard part. Yeah, let's see how far we can get. I'm going to talk about very briefly what mods we've got enabled with this pack. Don't worry about the game being slightly too zoomed in because I'm going to be pulling up the spreadsheet here. So this was a list that me and Dot put together of all of the things everybody voted up on. Some mods were removed as well. Mods that had 3 or less votes I removed from the list here. So... as it says there, pink, or the lilac color, is mods that I added to the pack. Red is mods that we did not add to the pack. Green is approved, but ended up being way too much hassle to actually get working. The yellow ones, or slightly peach-colored ones there, I guess, approved, but outdated, so unfortunately we couldn't add them to the pack either. And then blue were ones that we discussed and decided not to include in the end. So you can see that, like I said, the boats mod, island start mod was very, very popular. Deep rim mod, so we're not using the quarry this time, we're not using Glittertech deep drills, industrial craft deep drills, anything like that. Instead, we're using this deep rim, which, weirdly enough, in Rimworld 1.1, they're kind of adding something similar. They're making it so that every time you scan with the resource scanner, it generates a new set of ore. So there is a way to generate infinite resources in the next version of Rimworld. So at this stage, we wouldn't need that. We wouldn't need the quarry mod or anything, but they actually had the highest upvotes on that one. You've got things like Vanilla Expanded Event, obviously Hugs Lib, don't even know why that was suggested, obviously we were going to play with that. People can change, like I said, a mod that I hadn't previously heard of, 41 votes, absolutely went for that one. I'm not going to talk about all of them, I'll talk about the mods that we actually didn't include this time. Save Our Ship, the reason I didn't go for that was because we are playing on, a pirate island to start off with. We've already got some level of ship going on there, but I didn't really know what to do with it, because when we build a ship, we've got to blast off from the planet, and that's generally when I would consider the end of a series anyway. You know, that's the victory condition. So I didn't really know what to do with Save Our Ship. It might be good in the future. There was a really good suggestion, actually, on this mod list that was Save Our Ship, but every planet has an incoming planet killer weapon, so we can't stay there for too long. Maybe have it so the fuel on the spaceship is consumed very quickly, something like that. Not really sure where we would go for that. It takes a lot to get something, I think, fairly entertaining out of that series. So there's something to consider for the future. I will go for that one. Combat Extended, obviously a pain in the ass. I actually do like Combat Extended in a more vanilla scenarios for the sort of tactical side to things, but it is a pain in the ass to get it working. With all of these mods, it would have been impossible, so we ended up disapproving that one. Religions of Rimworld is actually not a mod. It's a framework for people to add religions, and on the workshop there aren't any real religions that have been added yet. There is a real life religion set for Religions of Rimworld, but obviously I didn't feel like that would be a good fit for the series, given some of the horrible war crimes that we commit. I didn't want to be blamed for defaming anyone, so I didn't include that one. Instead, I actually added the Rim of Madness Cults collection, which is, somewhat similar, isn't it? A bit more evil, inherently, but it's a fairly similar theme to it. Rim Job World. If you suggested that or voted on that, you know who you are. Obviously, I'm not going to include that one, you absolute fool. We've got Ice Sheep. Ice Sheep was a scenario when again the island scenario. Island Ice Sheep would be way, 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 way too difficult. Not having access to traders or humans to turn up to butcher into hats or for meat would have been impossible. Rimhammer 40k, like I said, was approved, but unfortunately is out of date, so we couldn't use that one either. Rim of Madness, I added some parts of it, but not all of it. So the Call of Cthulhu, cults, factions, etc. I've added in. Rim of Madness, I added the spiders, but I didn't add the vampires or the werewolves because this was already a very large, very laggy mod pack, and the vampires are an exceptionally laggy addition to the game. The pathfinding additions they have really can slow a game down quite massively, so I personally kind of avoided that one only because this mod pack was already so dense. Game rule 4, war crimes, chop up your enemies, let them be hats. I thought that actually detracted away from the difficulty, as fun as that might be. It makes the game a lot easier if you can just make hats out of people, cannibalize people, not having to worry about corpses or anything like that. It does make the game a lot easier. Vanilla expanded production is added. I don't know why it's blue, ignore that one. Evolved organs redo. I didn't add any end because it is very overpowered. I think the balance in it isn't fantastic. We've already got a lot of mods that add prosthetics, questionable ethics, enhance. There's a whole prosthetic mods that I've actually never tried before. There was already quite a lot of stuff added to that anyway. Play Ithilids, those are these sort of Cthulhu-like creatures. Those do fit the scenario quite nicely. They're actually in the game as a faction we can meet, but again, it kind of goes against the whole island survival style thing that we've got going on there. Rimworld of Magic, we just played a series with it. That's literally my only reason for not including that one. Brrainz Jar, horribly overpowered again. Basically lets you insta-complete all the research. Android Tears, well, the only reason we're not using that one is A, we've done it not too recently, but we've also got a different Android mod that I've never tried out before, and I wanted to use this series as an excuse to test out a lot of mods that I haven't previously played. Various spaceship chunks makes the game too easy. Star Wars mods, I want to do that in a Star Wars series coming soon. Same story with Werewolves and Vampires. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the rest of them because some of them I think are fairly self-explanatory. But those are just some of the mods I opted not to go for in this series. So for those of you wondering how to install it, I'll do yet another installation guide. Should be relatively straightforward. The first thing you need to do is go on Steam and subscribe to the community mod pack with the subscribe to all button. Now, some of the mods in here are optional, but I've left them in because I actually approved it. I've removed them for my playthrough just because they add a lot of additional slowdown to the game. If you've got a NASA supercomputer, feel free to throw those in, but for me, I've chosen to not use them. Things like Dub's Bad Hygiene, Dynamic Diplomacy. We've got a couple of others here that, again, I'm not using. Let's Trade, Mechanical Defense 2 Base, Mechanical Wars, more faction interaction. Lots of stuff that adds additional little things that go on in the background, which, again, will add to the slowdown quite significantly there. Up to you whether you want to include those. If you're going to follow this particular mod list, you'll get them downloaded, but they won't be enabled, and that's up to you whether or not you want to obviously install them and use them at that stage. Make sure you subscribe to that. After that, you will need to open up Rimworld and enable the Mod Manager mod. So the only mod you want to enable to start off with is the Mod Manager mod. Make sure that's enabled before you do absolutely anything else with this load order. All you do, open up your Rimworld mods, enable it, close Rimworld, reopen it, and your screen will look like this with just Core and Mod Manager enabled with all of the mods that we've got to try and get into the right order on the left-hand side. If it looks like this, obviously everything's downloaded properly. You've got your Mod Manager working. Next thing you'll have to do, in the links below will be a copy of my load order. We need to download that one to tell the game what order to activate these mods in. If you just activate them as they are on this screen, the game just simply will not work. So the link below will take you to a mega page or something similar. This is one that Sydney uploaded, hence why he's used just some absolute profanity there. Not too impressed about them. We just need to download it. That's the important thing here. That'll go into your downloads folder or whatever folder you've got your downloads to go into. Mine is in my downloads folder. So get that one opened up, and then we're going to take... we need to get this to the Mod Manager Load Order folder, which can be quite tricky to find, so I'll just show you a little shortcut for doing that. I'm going to go ahead and just copy that, put it on my clipboard for future reference. So we're going to type in %appdata%. That's going to take us into a folder near where we need to go. I've gone over this 1,000 times. I feel like I'm losing my mind doing this. That's going to take us into a folder near where we need to install that file. Go back up a folder to the app data folder. So it should say local low. That was the folder we were just in, the roaming folder. From here, you want to go into local low, Ludion Studios, Rimworld, and then as long as you've enabled Mod Manager, as you can see in the background there, as long as you've enabled that, there should be a mod lists folder. In there, paste in the file. So this one says this better fucking work.xml. Then if you go back into Rimworld, click this little icon here, create, manage, and apply and manage mod lists. Then there's this option. Then the downloaded file will show up. In this case, it being this better fucking work. I'll rename it to something a bit more family friendly. If you click that button, that will, and then load mod list, that will reorganize all of those mods that were not organized into the correct order for your game. Like I said, certain ones won't enable because those ones are optional. If you're downloading Deep Rim, you'll have to do that manually from the link I'll provide in the description. You can just drop that anywhere. It doesn't really matter too much with Deep Rim. Besides that, though, that should be more or less all there is to it. At which point you just close, you click confirm. It will. Don't worry about any error codes as well, by the way. I get that a lot on series when we do this. People will... I'm not going to restart mine because obviously I've adjusted my load order somewhat for the mods that I'm actually not using. You will get some error codes. Don't worry about it. The error codes are not relevant at all. Then you'll know if everything's worked because when you go into the game, when you hit the new game, you'll get all of these ridiculous amount of scenarios that you can play around with. So good luck. Be prepared to wait hours for it to load, as I just did, because I accidentally closed the game. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the start of what is going to be surely a stressful series that probably kills me, finishes me off. Thank you very much to the insane top-tier level patrons for making the series possible in the first place. A big thank you goes out to William Green, Hatsy89, Tyler McClam, Tom Terry 18, Darthhawk, Norstress, Varagon, Belek Strombo, Chris, Pelvis Presley, Grimwolf, Shay, Iguana Squad, Monkey, Cyric313, Gogolus, Michael Mullen, Asunakirito, and everyone else over at Patreon as well. Big shout out to these guys. Thank you all for your support over at those ridiculously high tiers on Patreon. Much appreciated. Big shout out to these guys. And a thank you as well goes out to, we back to the start of the list. I wasn't expecting that. And a big thank you as well goes out to Wilson and Tef, Better Valerian, Jacob Wolfie, Ben Taylor, Fat Joe Izito, Monica V, Brittany Lee, Will Wade, Russian Oligarch Billionaire, Tiger Rifter, Socrates, Tofu10, Nick, Sir Grasshopper Fucker, Manuel Bossich, and everyone else over at Patreon as well. Big shout out to these guys. Thank you for your support. If you guys want any enemies added to the game, of course, feel free to throw me those. If you need any, if you want any colonist names too, I will get those put on the list. I imagine we are going to burn through colonists in this series, so there's probably going to be more than enough names for everybody. Feel free to hit me with those. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow for the continued adventures of Alpha and Beta.